Hey everyone, I'm Multiple456, here are the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 29 of Let's Platinum Resident Evil 8 Village. Okay, let's see if we can head down here. We just fell like 3 meters, like it was nothing. Guarding the Mutamycete, huh? Alright, this fight is actually kind of annoying, but it's even more annoying when you have to do it just using the knife.
You're on the ground.
There's an opening in the roof. Use it.
Okay, I'm moving out. Almost till I get there.
The idea is to hit him in the back. Another one of these. You know what? Just throw a bunch of them. Maybe not that second one. Oh, crap.
I'm overhead, boss.
Good. I'll signal with the locator.
Give a guy a break.
I forgot you could do this.
Nice. Thought so.
Reloading now. Just a minute.
Hey, we did it.
Okay, Captain. I'm reloaded. Ready when you are.
I'll keep going. The rest of you, stay above ground.
Giant crystal mace. Interesting. I was gonna say something. Yeah, that fight, when we do knife only, is like the longest fight ever. Like it took what, less than a minute there, or around a minute.
So if
And
Miranda was the fake Mia, where's the real one? I doubt she saw any further use for her. I don't get any of this. How did Miranda even know Rose exists? A moldy little bird told her, maybe?
We can figure that out later. Focus on the plan.
yeah, it took like what, a minute there, and when you're doing it with a knife, it takes like 10 minutes. It's
I
ridiculous.
found it. It's the Mutamycete.
Okay, so there's the Mutamycete.
Alpha to squad. I've located the Mutamycete.
So now we can end this mess after all.
About damn time. And 2 explosives armed. There's enough there to blow the whole village sky high.
Let's get out of here and blow the damn place.
Not before I end Miranda. I'm not taking any more chances. I'm going in.
Roger that. Standing by.
Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony site.
Keep your distance. Do not move until I give the order.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time. And we didn't expect Miranda to act so soon.
Even so, you should have told him.
Yeah.
I just noticed now when he throws that thing, it's actually got the he like attaches a knife to the bomb and then launches it at the Mutamycete. Just didn't notice that before. Now I did. All right, and now the final goat of warding. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. There we go. And looks like I did everything correct, and I got the Heretic trophy for collecting all 20. Just curious to see what happens if you shoot that. Rawr. If I just shoot the bomb, I'd give the game 10 points if it just like blew up and said, "You blew it up too quickly," or something. Okay. Kind of like those Metal Gear games where like if you do certain things, like Hideo Kojima put all this stuff in there so that it would like it would say time paradox or something. That's kind of crazy when someone thinks of that.
This must be Miranda's lab.
Alright, so in here there's a ton of story stuff, so I'm going to try and go through as much of it as I possibly can and explain as much as I possibly can. So let's start by looking at these books here. So this one belongs to Moreau. Let's open it. Subject name, Salvatore Moreau. Cadeau affinity, low. Brain functions, surprisingly low. The Cadeau has caused drastic changes to internal organs, transforming them into organs similar to fish-like gills and a swim bladder. Another subject with irregular cell division, causing him to transform into a giant fish. The subject is unable to control this transformation. Too many defects, an unfit vessel for Eva. Okay, interesting. So we know that Miranda has these 4 Cadeau experiments, the 4 major ones, the bosses that we fought, and it seems like she's trying to find a suitable candidate for someone named Eva. Someone or something named Eva, based on that. Name, Alcina Dimitrescu. Cadeau affinity, most favorable. Brain functions, normal. Regeneration rate is incredibly fast. The subject can heal any external wound within seconds, and grow her nails into claws in mere moments. Rapid regeneration also means an increased body size. Does it? I guess so, in kind of a roundabout way, but okay. Note, due to a hereditary blood disease, the subject must ingest human flesh and blood on a regular basis to maintain regeneration properties. So that's why she was trying to, take out blood at the beginning of the game. I suspect that if the subject's regeneration is not properly balanced, then she may mutate uncontrollably. Okay, an unfit vessel for Eva. So, because we stabbed her with that, I think the dagger was supposed to be poisoned from memory. So we stabbed her with a poisoned dagger, so it sort of caused her to lose blood, but it was also poisoned, so she couldn't regenerate, and then that's why she mutated into that crazy creature. And it also says an unfit vessel for Eva. Okay, next one. Subject name, Carl Heisenberg. Cadeau affinity, incredibly favorable. Brain functions, normal. Has electric organs similar to the electric ray, Narke japonica, which I think is I think that's the narwhal, if I'm not mistaken. Japonica is Japan, so yeah. These electric organs are connected to the subject's nervous system, can therefore pass and control electricity throughout the entire body, allowing control of magnetic fields, which is used to move metal. Splendid specimen, but still an unfit vessel for Eva. Okay. And finally, Donna. Subject name, Donna Beneviento. Cadeau affinity, favorable. Brain functions, normal, although severe mental illness. Physically, she is no different from a regular human. However, she can secrete a signal-producing substance which controls plants infected by the Mutamycete. When humans absorb the pollen from a particular flower, she can cause them to have hallucinations. However, she is mentally underdeveloped and has divided her Cadeau among her dolls in order to control them from a distance, an unfit vessel for Eva. Signal-producing substance which controls plants infected by... Oh, that's right, yeah. The house was full of plants. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's, yeah, it was all to do with the hallucinations, seeing that really large baby and all that. Okay, so let's have a look. So there's the Cadeau again. So this is the thing that Miranda implanted into all those people.
This to control the bioweapons.
Don't even know what I'm looking at there. Okay, keep going. Some photos here. I think that's supposed to be the Cadeau, growing. I guess so, especially since it's placed right next to the photo. Okay, there, that is Miranda. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, that is Miranda holding a baby. So she was normal at 1.2, and judging by that lab coat, she looks like she was a scientist. That photo looks familiar. Let's keep looking around. That photo, I think, also looks familiar. I can't remember. We'll see in a second. Okay, let's read this. Is this another note? I think this is another note. Actually, maybe not. I haven't written down that it's a note. But maybe I did forget. Oh, hang on a sec. No, I didn't. This is note number 46, Spencer's letter. Alright. Dear Miranda, my deepest apologies for not meeting you in person. I would love nothing more than to visit your quaint village once more. However, I am incredibly busy. Then again, I suppose for an immortal woman such as yourself, you no longer remember this poor half-dead medical student in the snow. I have always cherished the revelations I came to 15 years ago when I stayed in your village. I was inspired by your research. To think one could transform a human by infecting them with an organism. Positively visionary. I knew that with that knowledge, I could achieve my own vision for the next step in human evolution. Even after 2 world wars and humanity on the cusp of another, my conviction never wavered. I realized, however, through the many nights of intellectual talks you and I shared, that your conviction differed from mine. You hoped to bring back a single dead person, while I aimed to change the world. Your experiments on the mold would not have aided me in my endeavor to achieve an exponential infection. I thought a virus would be more effective. This is why, my dear, I had to leave you. I still regret never telling you goodbye. My apologies for reminiscing. I actually have news that I thought might please you. I have found the key to evolution, the progenitor, a virus found in Africa. I plan to start a company with my friends and colleagues dedicated to the virus's research. I will call it Umbrella, just like the symbol in the cave that we spoke about. I am one step closer to making my vision a reality. I hope you will be able to achieve your goal someday too. You taught me so much, and for that I will be forever in your debt. Sincerely, your lifelong student, Oswell E. Spencer.
Spencer.
Amazing.
Here. No way.
So, yeah, this is him. Like, I'm assuming the one on the right is Spencer because I think that's him as well. Yeah, this connects to, at the very least, the first game, the first Resident Evil, which is kind of incredible. You might remember Spencer's room from, like, you need Spencer's emblem key and everything to get in there. So I think that the way, I mean, every time games are developed or even stories, writers and all that will always find a way, if needed, they will always find a way to link it to, you know, like, how can I put this? They'll always find a way to link stories, even if it's like impossible to link it. Like, I think one of the things that I can remember is when there was some kind of big event for like, what was it now? I can't remember. I think it was like on the TV show The Flash. Like, they had some big crossover event, and they were going to bring back. Wait, was it The Flash? No, I'm not. No, it's not. Yeah, The Flash, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had some kind of big crossover event, and they were going to bring back Tom Welling's Superman, who was the actor that played Superman in Smallville. And it's like, what? Like, he has nothing to do with this. Like, how would you even bring him back into the show? And then when the way they did it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. So they'll always find a way to connect it. So yeah, I like that little nod to Spencer there. All right, we've seen this picture before. Yes, if you remember. Oh, it's difficult to adjust this. This is, if I can, there we go. It's so difficult. This is Evelyn from Resident Evil 7. And let's read this note here. This is Miranda's diary. Okay, this is the final note. Note number 47. So I get the Bookworm trophy. Miranda's diary. My Eva. It's been 100 years since I lost you to the Spanish flu. I was so powerless back then. But now I can bring you back to life from the Mutamycete. I had to test your new vessel's regenerative abilities. I took her apart and revived her in the Mutamycete regulator, the Giant's Chalice. All that is left is to merge her with the Mutamycete. The ceremony can finally begin. After I lost you, I was so stricken with grief that I wandered into a cave to die. I so wanted to be with you again, and that's when I found it, the Mutamycete, completely by accident. When I touched the black substance, my mind was overcome with knowledge. The Mutamycete breaks down and absorbs the consciousness of those who have perished. I knew that if your consciousness was in there too, then there would be a way to bring you back. I just needed the right vessel. When I returned to the village, I implanted the villagers with mold from the Mutamycete. That way I could control them, experiment on them. I have experimented on hundreds of people, just to find you the perfect vessel. I even tried to increase the efficiency of finding a vessel by creating a parasite I called Cadeau. Yet none of my experiments came to fruition. There were some, like Alcina, who were close to being perfect, but most turned into lichens. I was once approached by an organization who said they would assist me. I gave them some of the mold in your DNA, but all they created was another defect, Evelyn. Then again, not a complete failure. I learned of Rose thanks to them, and I knew she would be the perfect vessel. There was some interference, but I was able to verify her suitability. Now my research is finally complete. Eva, I have waited too long to see you again. Wow, that's crazy. So, let's see. So, she's been alive since 1918. And presumably she was like at least, 20, 25, 30 years old at that time. Because it seems like Eva might be essentially her daughter. Now I can bring you back to life with them. So she died. She wanted to bring her back to life with the Mutamycete. She then goes through the process of the fact that she was so stricken with grief, she went into a cave to die, found the Mutamycete, and then realized how that she could use the Cadeau to create a vessel. And then the interesting part is I was once approached by an organization who said they would assist me. I gave them some of the mold and your DNA. All they created was another defect, Evelyn. So Evelyn wasn't even... the way you read this is because they keep saying... Obviously, so she also says, then again, not a complete failure. I learned of Rose thanks to them, and I knew she would be the perfect vessel. So she specifically says that after all these bosses that we fought, Moreau, Dimitrescu, Heisenberg, and Donna... She specifically says that Rose is going to be the perfect vessel, but she also says that Evelyn was a defect. And because they keep saying about how powerful Rose is and how powerful Evelyn was in Resident Evil 7, how powerful is Rose going to be? Or could she potentially be? It's kind of crazy. So that's pretty cool. And then if we go here, you see that Miranda, who is the one who's third from the right, was part of the research crew. So it's Mia, that's Mia on the far right. I think that's Evelyn at the bottom. That's the guy that died. I forget the one that I've got the shine on his face. That's the guy that died in the kind of flashback sequence with Mia from Resident Evil 7. And I don't think we've been introduced to the other three gentlemen. But yeah. And then finally, another picture of Miranda. She looks Hispanic, actually. But she doesn't look Hispanic at all when we see her in the game. Very strange. As I put the picture down, Chris breathed out, and I was like, was that in something... I don't know, he's just breathing, I can hear it now. I was like, was that something for the photo, or was it something, just him breathing? Oh, and there's one more picture here. And that must be a picture... I'm guessing this is Miranda and Eva. That's the only thing I can think of. What's going on there? Oh, it's a chair. Okay. I was like, what's going on down here? She's sitting on a chair. Yeah, oh, and then that picture kind of confirms it. She looks about 25 or 30 there. And Eva is still alive. So she's been alive for 150 years or something. Something like 150 years. Insane. Alright, we're pretty much out of time, and there's going to be another relatively long cutscene here, so I think I'm going to leave this for next time. For now though, I want to thank you all for watching episode 29 of Let's Platinum Resident Evil 8 Village. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.